Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
हरे कृष्ण वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय assembled devotees की जय हरे कृष्णा प्लीज accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sanga conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not to have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sanga conference call. Before we move on to the next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class, may I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्णा विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Priti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mata Ji, Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Das from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Arvind Daksha Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Yashmati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and chanting so beautifully. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, your voice, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Radha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and blessing all of us with your sweet association. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Dasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association from India.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining, and all glories to your wonderful services. Beautiful, beautiful chanting, Mataji, every morning. Welcome to the call. You are ready for Sunday program, Mataji, fully dressed.
Yes.
Sunday, we can see you full dressed up, ready.
Thank you.
Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
And all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shiromani Nandarani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. I remember you were telling you were there from 4th Canto, Mataji, in this association.
No, Mataji, 5th can't beginning I entered, Mataji.
Yeah,
I
now we
joined.
are in 8th Canto, you know that, right?
Yes, Mataji. Yes. That's very good, Mataji.
Yeah,
I'm
very
very happy to be with your association. Thank
Yes,
you so much.
Mataji, even I am happy to be in this association. Because of this association, I am able to read each and every verse, every single
Yes,
day
Mataji.
in
Yes.
details.
Yes.
Haribol, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Okay, we will start the recording and do the introduction and wait for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Akincana Krishna Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, Chapter 1, 15th verse. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I request Ayan Prabhu to take over the call from here and give a brief introduction. Over to you, Ayan.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. I offer my obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Here is a brief introduction for our today's speaker, His Grace Akincana Krishna Das. Prabhuji hails from Mumbai and he is dedicated to full-time monastic services, Brahmacharya, in ISKCON from the year 1999. He worked in the industry for 2 years in Blue Star Limited and PC Soft Pvt. Ltd. after completing his graduation in electronics and telecom engineering and post-graduation in business management. Later, after joining ISKCON, he served as value educator in schools, Gita for college youth, and he also gives seminars for corporate young professionals on stress and time management, Gita principles for a satisfying life, and motivational seminars for the youth in ISKCON Chaupati's Prerana Youth Festival. He is a regular Srimad Bhagavatam speaker in ISKCON Chaupati. He has been giving spiritual discourses for devotee communities in Panvel, Kharghar, and Seawoods, South Mumbai. He also organizes 2-month spiritual trips and talks for the British sabbatical youth from the Bhakti Vedanta Manor every year. Here goes a brief introduction for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhu, for that introduction. Very grateful to you for your services. Even though you're busy, you come onto this call. Thank you. Prabhuji, I see you on the call. Are you ready, Prabhuji? Akincana Krishna Prabhu? Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji
Krishna.
is ready. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I now hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. It's 8th Canto, 1st chapter, 15th verse.
Okay, so shall we start with the kirtan, short kirtan?
Yeah, Prabhuji, whatever you feel, yes.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana, 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 Yashodanandana ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदा नंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारी, यमुना तीरावनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्, नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna to all of you, and thank you for having me in this class. So I have been given the verse from the 8th Canto, chapter 1, text number 15. So if you want to project that screen, I'm going to chant the verse. Ihate bhagavanisho nahi tatra visajjate atmalabhena purnartho navasidanti yenutam। ईहते भगवानीशो नहि तत्र विसज्जते आत्मलाभेन पूर्णार्थो नावसीदन्ति ये नुतम्। ईहते भगवानीशो नहि तत्र विसज्जते आत्मलाभेन पूर्णार्थो नावसीदन्ति ये नुतम्। ईहते engages in activities of creation, maintenance and annihilation. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Ishaha, the Supreme Controller. Na, not, he indeed. Tatra, in such activities. Visajjate, he becomes entangled. Atmalabhena, because of his own gain. Purnarthaha, who is self-satisfied. Na, not. Avasidanti, are disheartened. Ye, persons who, anu, follow, tam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is full in opulence by his own gain, yet he acts as the creator, maintainer and annihilator of this material world. In spite of acting in that way, he is never entangled. Hence, devotees who follow in his footsteps are also never entangled. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yajñarthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to this material world. If we do not act in Krishna consciousness, we shall be entangled like silkworms in cocoons. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appears in order to teach us how to work so that we will not be entangled in this material world. Our real problem is that we are entangled in materialistic activities, and because we are conditioned, our struggle continues through punishment and material existence in one body after another in different forms of life. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhutas sanatanaha manashashtanindriyani prakritisthani karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are all my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. The living entities are actually minute forms who are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is full in everything, and the small particles of the Lord are also originally qualified like him. But because of their minute existence, they are infected by material attraction and thus entangled. We must therefore follow the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then, like Krishna, who is never entangled by his material activities of creation, maintenance, and annihilation, we will have nothing for which to lament. Navasidanti yenutam. Krishna personally gives instructions in Bhagavad Gita, and anyone who follows these instructions is liberated. Following Krishna's instructions is possible when one is a devotee. For Krishna's instructions that one should become a devotee. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Bhagavad Gita 18.65. Always thinking of Krishna means chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. But unless one is an initiated devotee, he cannot do this. As soon as one becomes a devotee, he engages in deity worship, madhyaji. A devotee's business is to offer obeisances to the Lord and the spiritual master constantly. This principle is the recognized way to come to the platform of bhakti. As soon as one comes to this platform, he gradually understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and simply by understanding Krishna, one is liberated from material bondage. Hare Krishna. So, in the first chapter of the 8th canto, the description of the prayers of Swayambhuva Manu, and also the description of the other three Manus are mentioned. The reason being because Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring about the dynasties in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead took his birth. And Swayambhuva Manu, two wives gave birth to two incarnations of the Lord. Devahuti gave birth to Lord Kapil, and Akuti gave birth to Yagyamurti. So, and thus we are discussing, or these topics have been discussed by Shukdev Goswami for the benefit of Parikshit Maharaj. So naturally, because the Lord is involved in these dynasties, and therefore they have been mentioned. Just as also we discuss Mahabharata, which also contains a lot of history and war, politics. But what makes it different from the regular history that we may study in our schools, in textbooks? There are so many wars which have been fought in history. There is World War I, World War II, and so many such wars. But what makes the Mahabharata special is because the Lord is involved in this. There is this connection of the Lord, and therefore there is yoga. And wherever there is yoga, there is purification, there is liberation, there is devotion. So therefore, these topics are discussed by Shukdev Goswami, and we are reading that how Swayambhu Manu, he left at the end of his life, of his career, he along with his life left the kingdom. He being the sovereign ruler of the universe, but he was not attached to materialistic way of life. The way of sense gratification was not pleasurable to him. And as a result, he along with his wife at an appropriate time left to take Vanaprastha. So such were our acharyas who set such standards of detachment, austerity, and devotion. And therefore, we need to read these sections of our scriptures, whereby we can learn as to what are the standards and get inspiration, because you will not find these kind of examples in our modern times, where people are leaving their homes and going into the forests. And of course, it is not even expected now in Kali Yuga. In the earlier days, Brahmins would take sannyas, Kshatriyas would take, Vaishyas would take, Vanaprastha, so on and so forth. But in the age of Kali Yuga, that is not recommended. One can practice the process of Bhakti Yoga while being established at home. But however, the principle has to be understood. And here we can see that how Swayambhuva Manu, along with his wife, entered into the forest to perform austerities for purification. Again, as we know in the Srimad Bhagavatam, performing austerities is recommended. Rishabdev is explaining to his sons that tapo divyam putrakayana sattvam shuddhe tasmad brahma saukyam tvanantam. Please perform austerities, my dear children, so that you can be purified. Tapo divyam. What kind of austerities? Austerities which will purify you. Spiritual austerities, not materialistic austerities. Because austerities is not an option, it's something which everyone goes through. Some people are performing austerities for the sake of earning money, getting name, fame, prestige, and having a, being a cut above the rest. So it's obviously involving a lot of hard work. Without hard work, it is not possible to get these things. So that's austerity, kind of austerity. People are foaming through the mouth, literally working day in and day out. They're obsessed. But for what? For materialistic things. So what the Bhagavatam recommends is tapo divyam. Your austerity should be divya. That means it should be for a spiritual cause, for the purpose of our purification, for the purpose of devotion. And therefore it is explained that aradhito yadi hari tapasa tatha kim, na aradhito yadi hari tapasa tatha kim. That if one is worshipping Krishna, then there is no need of separate austerities. In the process of executing Krishna consciousness, if there are any difficulties, that should be taken as austerities and accepted. There is no need to separately go and do anything. So aradhito yadi hari tapasa tatha kim, and aradhito yadi hari tapasa tatha kim. And if you are performing austerities and you are not worshipping Krishna, then what is the use of your austerity? Because the purpose of austerity is to get purified. Austerity, the word comes from this root word tapa. Tapasya comes from tapa, which means heat. To be scourged, to be just as iron is forged. First it is scourged in a crucible and melted, and that's how gold is purified. So similarly, we have to cast ourselves into this crucible of devotional service, the recommended process of yoga, in order to purify our existence, so that we become shuddhed tasmat, we become purified of all the misgivings of kama and krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya. That is necessary. So therefore, tapasya, tapo divyam putragayana sattvam shuddhed tasmat. And then when we are purified only can we experience shuddhed tasmat brahma saukhyam. We can experience these true happiness, brahma saukhyam. We can experience devotion. We can experience the bliss coming from service to the Lord, understanding the Atma, the Paramatma. Brahma Saukyam tu Anantam, and that happiness which is unending, unlike material pleasures which die or fade away in due course of time. So therefore we can see that how our acharyas have set this example of entering into the forest, because they have no pleasure in materialistic enjoyments. And while he is meditating, it is described that he is murmuring to himself, or shall we say that he is offering prayers to the Lord, because this chapter is entitled Prayers of Swayambhuva Manu. So he is chanting these verses whereby he has spoken of certain concepts, that how this universe is an expansion of the Lord. Atma vasyam idam vishwam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magradha kasya dhanam. Atma vasyam idam vishwam, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is Atma. Soul is referred to Jiva, Atma refers to Bhagavan. So Atma vasyam idam vishwam, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has become the universe. He resides within the universe. He is even beyond the universe. So therefore there is no place where the Lord does not reside. So Atma vasyam idam vishwam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat, and therefore everything belongs to him, and therefore we should enjoy only that much which has been allocated to us. Otherwise we will incur sin. We will be known as thieves. Tena tyaktena bhunjita magradha kasya svidhanam. So there is a quota for everyone, and we are not wrong in enjoying our quota of happiness. But beyond that, it should be rejected. It should be all used, in fact, in God's service. So therefore, he's speaking about how the Lord must be established in every place. Therefore, we have so many temples. There was always this the principle of establishing temples. Every successful man, king, or any important person, businessman, would have this life's mission of having a huge temple built in the glory of Lord Sri Krishna. And they would accumulate money and then spend everything for that purpose. And therefore we know that in India there are so many temples. Who built them? Kings. And obviously those temples were not ordinary, they were huge temples. A lot of expenses have been involved in that. Obviously we know that. And therefore Swayambhu Manu also is saying that we have to establish the Lord's temples everywhere. And then with the permission of the Lord, we then make a house for ourselves, which is inferior in nature. And that's why in the Vedic times we see that the temples were huge. Temples were huge and people's homes were small. Today it is just the opposite. If you go into anybody's home, you find that the homes are big, but there is a small altar there. Especially when you go to the West, my realization was that when I went to London, I saw that the country was very opulent. But when you go to an ISKCON center, it is so small. You go to Soho Street Temple, it's so tiny. In one building, there is one small temple hall, and then on that building, there are floors for the ashram, for the office, and so on and so forth. Even if you go to Bhaktivedanta Manor, also we see that the temples are modest actually. But if you come to India, it's the opposite now. We can see that even in ISKCON temples, the real glory of the Lord is seen here, where the general places may be very modest, but the temples are magnificent. Now again, here in Kharghar, a new temple has been inaugurated, where the Prime Minister of India also attended. And it's fantastic, it's beautiful, spread across 8 acres of land. and all the people there living there, right from Vashi to Navi Mumbai, because that's the zone where I go to preach, all of them have got this opportunity to go and connect with devotees, learn about Krishna consciousness, just as we have other temples here in Juhu and Girgaon Chowpatty, in Mira Road, in Bhivandi. So we have so many temples here. It's magnificent actually. Huge, huge, huge temples. So the real happiness, satisfaction of going to a temple is actually here in India. Yeah. Where the temples are huge, people's homes are modest. And you can also see as you go down south in India, you'll see Sri Rangam, huge, huge temple campuses. And Sri Rangam, Rameshwaram, Kanyakumari, so many temples. So Swayambhuva Manu is speaking about this principle that we should establish the Lord, and then by taking his permission, then we should build a house for ourselves. That is the method, because he is the Lord, everything belongs to him. Atma vasyam idam vishwam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. And therefore, just as it is similar to how a brahmachari lives in an ashram. Now, just recently, one of my room partners, brahmachari, because of his preaching activities, he had to move out of the room and have a room for himself, private room, because he comes very late, and it potentially causes disturbances to other brahmacharis. And because he's sleeping late, he has to also wake up late. So then I was left with an empty bed, and then the authorities told me that if you want, you can just continue without another brahmachari in your room. So in my room there was this bathroom, an attached bathroom. Yes. So then the authorities asked me that would you mind if we change the entrance to your bathroom to the other side, whereby any brahmachari would be able to use that toilet, because toilets are limited. I mean, you may have a room for yourself, but if you want a toilet, it will be a common toilet, and there are other toilets also. So when you have common toilets, then any brahmachari can use it, because early in the morning the toilets are important. So then when I was asked like that, I had a choice whether I want to keep that bathroom for myself or I would share it with any other brahmachari. So I remembered this verse that we should use only how much is needed. So I said yes, why not? Whatever is good for the community. Even though the devotees are giving me that choice, I thought that it is good, because how much? See, you only use the bathroom for about an hour at max. Maybe if you take bath 3 times a day, early in the morning about 15-20 minutes, half an hour again a bath in the afternoon and in the evening. So about 1 hour we use, and rest of the time the bathroom is just lying vacant. So why not have it available for any brahmachari who wants to use it? Is it not? Why to keep a bathroom just for yourself? Bathroom and toilet, the washroom, WC, water closet. Why to use it just for yourself? So I remembered that we should use only as much as you need. And then, because everything belongs to the Lord, why should we keep it more than necessary? So also people have so many houses all over the world, and they don't know, it's lying vacant, it's been used by no one. I mean, we could all potentially use that in the service of the Lord, where people could congregate, have satsang programs, have preaching opportunities. I remember I was going to Kumbh Mela in my car, and I was in one place at the border of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, and there was this Maharashtrian family in the house that we just stopped over for about 4 hours. We had to take a bath and have some breakfast, and then again sit and go further. So that man, he had made a huge house, and he was showing us around, and he said that this floor is exclusively dedicated for satsang programs. One huge hall, he says. So mostly, so many devotees are walking in and walking out of the house, basically. He has no privacy whatsoever, because just besides that, or I think above that, some floor above, is a base. He's also having a base there, which he has rented out to devotees, where devotees, they live. Outside boys, unmarried, and students, they come and they live there. They cook, and they do Mangal Arati and so on and so forth. So like that. So devotees are constantly moving in and out. And I was thinking in my mind that this Grasta doesn't have any private life. And because they're devotees, they don't mind, and what will you do at your home? It's just lying waste, actually. So therefore, this very important principle of not collecting more than necessary. We have to be very honest with ourselves that how much do we actually need, and give up the rest for the service of the Lord. So then I was just speaking about this to some other person, some of my. So they said that why you should have kept it for yourself. I said, see, even if you keep it for yourself, okay, the toilet, what will happen eventually? Other devotees will think, arey, this person is living in luxury while we are suffering, we don't have enough toilets and bathrooms. So what happens naturally, you see, if you do not follow this principle, then you are going to, eyebrows are going to be raised. People will start envying you. People will lose respect for you. Oh, you're living comfortably. You will lose potency in what you are speaking and preaching. Is it not? So you see, following this principle is so important, not just to please the Lord. And because everyone and everything is actually the Lord, we end up displeasing others. And if others are displeased, you can't be at peace. How can you be peaceful when somebody is eyeing what you have? And even if they are not envious of you, they will not take what you say seriously. You cannot command respect if you are living luxuriously and if you are collecting more than necessary. So therefore, these principles are for our benefit, for our own mukti. Because if you don't please the Lord by following these principles, what you end up with is your relationship with people is shattered, and it is impossible for you to preach effectively and be of any valuable, tangible service to society. So Swayambhuva Manu, even though he owns everything, he just gave up everything, and he's in the forest with his wife. So you see, he is speaking about these principles, which actually we try to follow in our brahmachari ashram, where we learn to be satisfied with whatever is offered to us. Okay, here you take this room, all right, fine. So there's only limited options. You can't say, no, I want here, I want that. No. Okay, I want this for lunch, I want this for dinner. No. So yadrichaya labha santushto. Now generally people are accustomed to eating what they like. They make a choice, but we have to practice to be happy and satisfied with whatever is supplied to us by the arrangement of the Lord. We go to the restaurants and we say, ye banao, give me one pizza and get me dosa, masala dosa, give me idli sambar. So we can do that, and we become spoilt as a result of that. We become addicted. We always depend on getting what we want. And then when we don't want, we get upset and we get angry. But by following these principles of austerities and tapasya, we train ourselves to be satisfied with whatever comes according to its own accord. And then when we are accustomed to that, we will not lose our temper. We will not be upset. That's why in Ramayana we see that Lord Ram, Lakshmana and Bharat Shatrughna were all sent to Gurukul, where they are taught these principles, where Vasishtha told them that you have to learn, you have to walk, don't take a car, or there's no palanquin or there's no chariot. When he was leaving Ayodhya, the mothers were arranging for their travel. Vasishtha said, no, there is no travel arrangement for them. Now they are brahmacharis, now they are under me. And for a brahmachari traveling by palanquin and chariots in royal opulences is not allowed. They have to walk. They have to beg. They cannot even take any money with them. Depend on whatever they collect by way of begging. And it is a principle which has to be followed by everyone, irrespective whether they are grahasthas or brahmacharis, vanaprastha or sannyasis, actually speaking. Because the principle still remains the same. Yeah, the principle still remains the same. It's like brahmacharis. Okay, brahmacharis, they should not talk to women, they say that. Okay, that does not give, okay, you are grahastha, that does not give you the liberty to speak with women, you know, indiscriminately. It's not allowed. That's what Jayadasa Swami Maharaj was once in a temple, and he saw some grahasthas, you know, loosely talking. And grahastha, he came to him and he says, just being a grahastha does not mean that you can be loose in talking and to women other than your wife. Yeah, that's the principle. It's not that, okay, brahmachari speaks to the opposite sex and the others are looking. Just he's a brahmachari, you should not be looking at that. No, even if you're a grahastha, that applies to you. Why are you talking to that person? You know. Of course, devotees may be speaking about preaching and other things, but I'm just speaking, the principle still remains the same. It's not that only brahmacharis are expected to follow the standard. Everyone, even grahasthas or, you know, and especially grahasthas, because in Kali Yuga, grahasthas don't take sannyas. Yes, mostly it is not happening. It is not expected. So how are they going to practice that principle of renunciation? Is by using what they have in Krishna's service. Sambandha Krishna, nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagya muchyate. Is it not? So yukta vairagya is what we are recommended to practice, which means that to use whatever we have in Krishna's service. We have to be honest that how much do we need? We don't need much, actually. And if we have too much, we'll get bored. I mean, you have a big house, and what are you going to do in that? I mean, you look at the four walls, you come to eat you up. Better to you have devotees there and doing kirtan and chanting and dancing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the real pleasure. So therefore, Swayambhuva Manu is speaking that everything is God, everything is owned by him, and therefore, because of this principle, because nothing belongs to us, we should only use that which has been allocated to us, how much we need, not how much we want. Collecting more than necessary is a sin, and the result of that sin is that we will lose our peace of mind. We will not be happy. We will miss out on mukti, and certainly we will be deprived of bhakti. That is going to be the result. Yes. And therefore, those are one of the teachings of Swayambhuva Manu. He taught by his own principle, actually. Own principle. And therefore, here in this verse, he's saying that in spite of acting in that way, he's never entangled. So he's giving the example that the Supreme Personality of Godhead also, he is working in a detached way. Who can work more than the Supreme Lord? He's the greatest in all respects. And what he is doing, he's creating, he's maintaining, and he's destroying. And here it is said that even though the Lord does these inconceivably mammoth tasks, but he does it with pure detachment. And therefore the Lord himself is never entangled. And because he is like that, he expects the same from his devotees. And you know, the beauty of the Bhagavad Gita is that all these concepts are already covered. And the Lord himself has said that I have nothing, to do in this world. Is it not? Even there is natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natat samascha abhyadikascha drishyate parasya shaktir vividhaiva shruyate svabhaviki jnana balakriya cha. The Lord has nothing to do because he has no purpose to fulfill. He has no personal interests. But still he is doing all these things. Yes. So, what is the principle basically? The principle is that why is there karma? Okay, let us now discuss a little principle of karma. Why are there prescribed duties for living beings? So, the prescribed duties for living beings are mentioned so that the living beings can engage in those for the purpose of gradual detachment from the work and from the fruits of work. Therefore, there are prescribed duties. That means what are prescribed duties? It means that there are rules and regulations which moderate enjoyment. So, by following moderation, a person can eventually and gradually become free from attachments. And therefore, it is said in the Shastras that Yas Atmaratir eva syat Atmatriptascha manavaha Atmanya eva cha santushtas tasya karyam na vidyate. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, Krishna speaks about who is the one who performs no duty. There are no prescribed duties for. He says, for one who is Atmatriptascha manavaha. For one who has no desires, if you are not hungry, will you bother to go into the kitchen and cook? No. So similarly, it is said that one who has nothing to want, for him there is no prescribed duties. There is no need for him to perform action or work. And the Lord says that, look, I also have nothing. I have nothing to fulfill. I have no purpose. But still I am doing so many duties. Why? He says, Utsideyu rime loka nakaryam karma chedaham sankarasya jakartasyam upahanyam imah praja. So he says that if I do not perform my duties, then I will be setting a wrong example in this world and the world will be cast into ruination. So he says that that even if you have nothing to accomplish, okay, if you have no duties, even if you are not hungry, so example I've taken of cooking, say if you are not hungry, so then what you do, you still cook and you serve it to others, serve it to others. So do your work as an offering to the Lord and his devotees and people who are part of his creation, and set a good example. So the Lord is saying, I'm doing my duties so that people can get a good example. Because if they see me not performing my duties, then they will follow me. Yad yad acharati shreshthas tat tat evetaro janaha. So therefore he is recommending Arjuna also that that perform your prescribed duties. If you are attached, that means if you have certain desires to fulfill, then the work will help you become detached. By giving up work, you will not, by giving up sense enjoyment, you will not become detached. So therefore, the Vedas recommend that do your prescribed duties and the results will follow. You can enjoy those results and then you gradually move towards detachment by performing it as an offering to the Lord, by making offerings to the Lord, if not entirely but partially. By practicing, you eventually rise from being sakam karmi to nishkam karma. That is the practice. And while we do this, when we understand, when we have knowledge that fruitive work is the cause of great suffering, whenever we do work with attachments, it is the cause of great pain and suffering. It is not a source of enjoyment as people think. People are very much attracted to performing hard work in order to gain prestige and name and fame and material possessions. But generally, people do not understand that actually such kind of engagement is a source of suffering and not enjoyment. Because the principle behind karma is that if you have accomplished something, say maybe you want to build a mountain, make a mountain, a hill, then naturally you have to dig a trench somewhere. If you want to dig a trench, then you have made a mountain somewhere. So you, in order to enjoy tomorrow, you have to suffer today. That is the principle of karma. So however you really enjoy it, there is no enjoyment actually. And then karma binds you to the cycle of birth and death. That's another thing. That is the cause of our repeated birth and death. So therefore, we have to understand this principle that for those who are attached, there are prescribed duties so that they may engage in them and gradually detach themselves. Now, there are those who are detached, like Krishna says, he gives an example of Janak Maharaj also. Janak Maharaj, where he was a grahastha and he attained perfection while performing his prescribed duties. So Arjun, do not give up, do not think of giving up your prescribed duties. And he gives the example of Janak Maharaj. So it is possible, very much possible. It is not necessary to take sannyas for grahasthas. In fact, by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the same result that sannyasis attain by taking sannyas and by performing devotional service can be attained by grahasthas by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra while being in household life. So it is not necessary to take sannyas. And Krishna gives this example of Janak Maharaj. So then why people who are already detached, even there are, Krishna gives an example that those who are detached, like the Lord himself, he is also performing his duties. Why? To set an example. Set an example as a duty to others, as a favor to others, as an example. So therefore, all of us also must engage in prescribed duties, but we should do it as an offering to Krishna. Yajna arthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. And therefore it is mentioned here by Prabhupada also. He is quoting the Lord that if you do not serve the Lord, if you do not perform our prescribed duties as an offering to Krishna, then that will become the cause of our bondage. And just recently I was speaking at one house program. It was a deity welcoming program. Gaur-Nitai deities. And for many years, even though he was a very senior devotee, he had no deities at home. The reason being that his wife had told him that till you do not get Brahmin initiation, you should not keep deities. So finally he received the initiation. So then he brought Gaur-Nitai deities. He called me to give the talk. So then I was speaking about certain pastimes of devotees who worship their deities nicely, and and how the deities are non-different from the Lord. And one such example was of Gauridas Pandit, who once served Gaur-Nitai in his home. And when they were leaving, Gauridas Pandit was very morose and very sad to see them leave, that he requested that you please stay back and give me opportunity to serve you of himself and Nityanand Prabhu out of wood, and offered them to Gauridas and said that you can serve me in my deity form. And Gauridas Pandit said, but there is a difference between serving the deities and serving you personally. Please, I don't want these deities. I want you to stay back so that I can serve you. So then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, all right, so fine. And then he became deity, and the deity started walking out of the house. And Gauridas Pandit was amazed. What is this? I have been cheated. I think Mahaprabhu is playing tricks with me. So then he stopped those deities who were walking away and said, no, you stay back. Let them go. And then they became again the deities, and then Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu, they walked out of the house. And that happened multiple times. And then Gauridas Pandit was convinced that there are no differences between the deities and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then he was satisfied in serving the Lord in that way. And then we know that his disciple Hridaya Chaitanya, who was entrusted with the service of the deities for some time, and he was warned that these deities, they jump out of the altar in ecstasy. Whenever there is some kirtan going on and it's very ecstatic, the Lord becomes moved, and they jump out of the altar and they start dancing, and they may leave also with the devotees. So Gauridas Pandit warned Hridaya Chaitanya, just be careful. And one day, in the absence of Gauridas Pandit, they were doing ecstatic kirtan, and those deities, they jumped out of the altar and started participating in kirtan. And Gauridas Pandit at that point of time happened to come there, and they found that the altar was empty. And he was furious, and he looked at Hridaya Chaitanya, that where are the deities? I told you to take care of them. And then the deities were so frightened. Gauranitai deities were so frightened, and in order to protect themselves from the wrath of Gauridas Pandit, and that's how the disciple got the name of Hridaya Chaitanya. So, while I was speaking these stories, I realized that how these grastas are other examples of, like Janak Maharaj's example was used by Lord Sri Krishna to explain that how he was a grasta and how he was a pure devotee of the Lord. He was Nishkam Karmi, he was a Shuddha Bhakta. So we can also use these examples. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are so many such examples. One example I told you of Gauridas Pandit, of Hridaya Chaitanya, Shyamanand Pandit, and all these acharyas, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Maharaj Pratap Rudra. All of these are examples of those who are detached and who are fulfilling their prescribed duties, apparently, externally, in order to set a good example, using what they have in the Lord's service. And rest assured that they are candidates for liberation and devotion. So that is the principle. So here it is explained that do not fall into the trap of karma, because of our, the example is given of a monkey. You know how monkeys are trapped? The hunter comes and they make a hole in the bark of a tree and they put peanuts inside. And this is while the monkeys are still there, and the monkeys are curious to know that what is he doing, and then out of their curiosity they come and they put their hand inside that hole and try to grab the peanuts. But there is a catch, that the holes have been made in such a way so that only the empty fist of the monkey can enter. A full fist cannot enter and cannot exit that hole. So when the monkey shoves his hand inside that hole and grabs the peanuts, is trying to extract it, he cannot, he gets stuck. And then the monkey hunter, he comes casually walking, strolling, and grabs the monkey and binds him up. And the monkey is screaming. He can be free if only he can let go of the peanuts. But because he becomes so attached and he becomes so absorbed in, because that he gets so confused that he doesn't know that he has to empty his fist and give up the peanuts. If only he learned to give it up, he can be free. So in a similar way, all of us are trapped in this world, where all these kind of enticements are there, and all those kind of encouragement is there by looking everywhere, because all around us people are engaged in sakama karma. All of the people around us are engaged in working very hard to accumulate possessions, material possessions, in fame and knowledge and in all those things. They are so obsessed that we get carried away by that. You know, because we don't find inspiration in this world for Nishkam Karma Yoga, for Bhakti. It is very rare to find it. And therefore we need to read these Shastras. Because Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vitti tatvataha. That a devotee of the Lord is very rare to find. So therefore we have to look out for such opportunities to congregate and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam and meet with other devotees, because only from devotees are we going to get inspiration to engage in devotion. Because rest everyone, all the people around us are engaged in materialistic activities. Work hard, and become famous and earn lots of money, and some people even argue and that okay, when we work very hard and earn lots of money, then we can serve Krishna with all those facilities. Even devotees respect only those devotees who are rich and famous. We have seen that in our practical life, so why not? What's the harm in that and all those things? But we have to understand the principle that karma is very painful. Karma is very painful, causes bondage. So we definitely perform our prescribed duties, but with the consciousness of making an offering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and do not get into this competition, because people are competitive. Okay, he has earned so much, I should also earn that much. We want to be a cut above the rest. We want to show it is not that if we had something, that's one principle we learn as brahmacharis, that we are all equal. No one is superior to the other. Even though you may be more empowered in something, but ultimately when you come into the ashram, you are one. In fact, we in our ashram, we eat the same food what is cooked for the workers. Those who are paid employees in our temple are also eating the same food that we eat, same prasad basically. There is no difference, there is no separate kitchen, everything is the same. Only one non-spicy thing is made for those who eat non-spicy. So in this material world, everybody is trying to be that special, one special, a cut above the rest. If everyone is having if everyone is having a Toyota car, it is not so special. But if everybody is having Toyota and you have a Mercedes, then that becomes really special. And that's what the materialistic person is trying to achieve, superiority above others. But yoga is to recognize the commonality and the equality of all souls, because there is no difference between the souls. All the souls are the same. The Lord has made everyone equal. So why we should try to establish ourselves as being superior to anyone? We are not superior to anyone. We are not less than anyone. The only difference is between the souls and Bhagavan. The Shastra says about this difference, that souls are different. The souls are inferior to Bhagavan. But the souls amongst themselves are the same. They are all what? Amaiva amsho jivaloke. So right now in our situation, our happiness comes from being above others. Paradukha sukhi we have become in the materialistic karmic situation, where seeing others prosper makes us sad. We also want to work hard and compete with them. Why? Because seeing others prosper makes us sad. Why are we not prosperous? Why are we not as good as them? Seeing others unhappy makes us happy. When in fact we should be the opposite. We should be para dukkha dukhi, para sukha sukhi. Seeing others suffering should make us suffer, and seeing others happy should make us happy. So this is the basic principle behind karma. And Swayambhuva Manu is explaining that how by establishing the Lord as the Lord, master, owner of everything, and we are insignificant, we are his servants. By taking the Lord's permission, we take whatever is allocated to us as our quota, then we can progress in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Very, very beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I'm requesting devotees, if anybody have any questions or realization, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the beautiful class. Very grateful to you, Prabhuji. I like the story of the monkey that you were sharing. How the monkey is supposed to let go the peanuts, then everything is spoiled. Especially she's able to escape from birth. I mean death. That's the main goal for all of us. Like we are trying to get attached with all of the things. I'm not letting it go. That's main suffering. If I let it go, then everything is solved. Thank you so much for such a sweet story to make us understand why we are struggling here in this material world. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I had a question as you were saying, para dukkhe dukhi, para sukhe sukhi. Like, what do you do practically to be non-envious when you see others doing better than you, Prabhu?
Is Prabhuji flu?
One thing is to keep hearing us, repeat mind us, and when a desire arises in your heart, don't act upon it. When a desire arises in your heart to compete with others, don't do it. Prabhupada said the difference between you and me is that when a desire arises, I ignore it, but but you work upon it. So to begin with, don't act upon the thoughts that come in your mind.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Is there anybody else who would like to ask any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class, as always. Nice, stories. And I like the point, you made telling about Gauridas Pandit worshipping deities of Shishi, Gaurnitai, because deities are not different than the Lord. That's what we need to understand, and that way we need to worship our deities. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare. Welcome. My pleasure.
Prabhuji, is it necessary to have the deities? If you don't have deities, can you just worship on a photo? What is your what
If
is
you are chanting Hare Krishna constantly and many rounds, then there is no need. Because the actual method of worshipping the Lord in this age of Kali Yuga is through chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But we can't do that. We have deities at home and we dress them. There are various ways of engaging in the Lord's service. Just when I was taking my lunch today, one devotee, he must be around 80 years old, he was telling about his granddaughter, who is 12 years old, and how obsessed she is with cooking, that she will not allow anyone to enter the kitchen. and she would cook, Frankie and pasta and all these specialty items, and she would offer it them, and she would feed the devotees and click photos and everything.
Oh,
So you see, we have these interests. Some members of our family may have interests in cooking and things like that. So by having deities, you can somehow or another dovetail those interests in the Lord's service and the devotee service. If you don't have deities, what will you do? Because not everyone is having that much taste to chant Hare Krishna. So we have to find these different means of engaging ourselves in the Lord's service. So by having deities, like some people, they are very good at dressing, making turbans for the Lord. Like in our temple, we see that there are congregation devotees who were kids before, and now they have grown up and they are serving the deities. They come to dress the deities, and they are so obsessed, and they are continuously looking and making small adjustments,
admiring.
all those things. So there are so many devotees with variegated interests and hobbies. So deity worship gives that kind of opportunity.
I have a little Laddu Krishna. That's
Sorry?
all I have. I just have a Laddu Krishna. Little baby Krishna. And go to
we can have, because Grastas, they cannot visit the temple so frequently. So it is nice to have a deity at home, because you definitely eat at home, is it not? You're going to eat. So whom are you going to offer the food to? So
I have
deities.
photographs. I have photographs and the murti that Laddu Krishna, and that's I just offer it there.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the point. Thank you. Hare
Welcome.
Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I was just curious in Radha Gopinath Mandir, they do nice dramas every year. So could you share something about that?
About dramas? Share about dramas?
Yes, yes.
They book, and all the congregation, they make teams. Maybe there are 4 teams, and they have 4 dramas. Each team have their own participants, actors. Some actors are common, and they practice for months. And then they book the hall. Maharaj is there along with his god brothers. They come. Many congregation devotees come, and some people have this thing to act, to be on the stage, to perform, and so it gives them the opportunity. Yeah, so that is a way to engage in Krishna service. So it's nice to be, like recently I met a girl who came into a class, and I spoke to her and I said, "What do you do?" So she says, I want to become an actress in Bollywood. So you see, what do you do with these people? Now, when they become devotees, you have to give them an opportunity to engage their skill and talent, is it not? So when you give them an audience, you have about, say, 1,000 people sitting and seeing you. They also feel a fulfillment. I had this desire to act, so now I'm acting. But now the only difference is I'm acting for the pleasure of the devotees of the Lord. Because otherwise, acting is a very Shudra kind of profession, you see. No, aristocratic people would not allow the children to become actors because it's not very dignified.
Yes, Prabhuji. Means the dramas they do in Radha Gopinath Mandir is like, feels like we are watching movie or something. That much they have, practice, and that much, they can do acting like that.
Yeah, I mean, there are good performances. I was in Vrindavan once, and the London drama team also performed a drama. It was so greatly performed, wonderful. I think Indradumna Maharaj also does some things, Ramayana dramas and things like that. So it's pretty entertaining, actually, for those who are into dramas. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people are perfectionists. They want it impeccably done, otherwise they don't see. It has to be believable, no? When the actors are good, when they really do a good thing, then it becomes entertaining, basically. Prabhupada said that he once acted as Mahaprabhu or something like that, and people were crying tears. Prabhupada was that good when it came to acting in dramas.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Prabhuji, what is the best way and what's the best time to do chanting? I'm quite new to it.
Best time and best way to chant is to chant on the beats, to chant in the morning before you do anything else. Just take a bath or bath or no bath, but in the morning time, that's the most conducive. Your mind
5
is fresh.
o'clock, so you can, sorry, you
Yeah.
can do without a bath,
Sorry?
5 o'clock. You can chant without having a bath if you get like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Without a bath, yeah. I mean, there are no rules to chant Hare Krishna. Nam akari bahuta nija sarva shaktis. Tattara pita niyamitaha smaranena kalaha. So there are no rules for chanting Hare Krishna. Niyamitaha smaranena kalaha. But still we recommend that it makes you fresh. When you wake up, you take a bath, you feel fresh. And then you chant. You can walk and chant. You can sit and chant. And then again in the evening, it is a good time to chant. I personally like to even go in the evening also and chant. Because we have a marine drive here, the sea face. So it's a very nice path they've made for walking. 4.5 kilometers up and 4.5 kilometers down. So you walk and you chant, so you get good exercise also. You get a good cardio.
Yeah.
So that way.
We all need that. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes, so all right.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you, and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji.
सकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, His Grace
Akincana Krishna Prabhuji
Prabhuji
ki
ki
jai.
Thank you for
Nityananda.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today's class. We'll close the call for today.
Radhe Radhe.
Nitya. Hari bol.